actually woke, then this video is probably not for you. If y'all know me, then you know that I 100% believe in reptilians, aliens, all of that. But I know that it's fallen angels because, I mean, just think about it. In the very first book of the Bible, Genesis, the serpent had deceived Eve to sin. Through all the ancient texts, they speak of reptilian creatures, supernatural intelligence. They worshipped many of them like gods. Where does that sound familiar from? Babylon? In the Bible, it says that the end times will be like the days of Noah. What was the big thing about the days of Noah? The fallen angels were walking the ground, drinking the blood of the humans so they could mate with humans and create the Nephilim, the giants. What do the reptilians need to stay on this earth? The blood? The reptilians are called the sons of Satan and Luciferian worship. They say that's who they sacrifice the children to. Just a minute, reptilians are fallen angels. They need a vessel just like a demon needs a vessel, a body.
Many of you feel as if you're not from this earth, and there's a reason for that. I'm about to tell you something that has been kept secret from most of you for your entire lives. You are a part of a program called the Starseed Alignment. You volunteered for this temporary consciousness raising program where part of your soul leaves and incarnates on worlds such as Earth, which are subject to the laws of duality, while the rest of your soul and body hibernates on your home planet. The protocol is simple. As your soul evolves, your consciousness raises, and a little more of the original soul joins itself on Earth. This is because your body and mind is calibrating to the higher frequencies. This was a selfless act as you chose to forget this agreement in order to raise the collective consciousness of this planet. As more and more starseeds remember the truth, they slowly start to merge their dualities, awakening the rest of the planet as well. There are around 100 star nations in this galactarian alignment, and I want to help you figure out where your home is. I've spoken about some of them like the Arcturians. However, there are many more that comes in all shapes and sizes. There's a lot more that I have to talk to you about, so stick around.
Arthur Rathburn was shipping human body parts through Metro Airport. Get this, the box leaked blood. Those cargo haulers then called for help. Why were you stockpiling hundreds of human body parts here, sir? That's Art Rathburn. And remember his business 13 months ago? For 2 days, federal investigators dressed in hazmat suits removed body parts of 1,000 different people. Arms, legs, heads cut up and kept on ice, not embalmed, so they would be fresh for the black market for sale. Sources say Rathburn's seized records led them to the Chicago area today, a business called Biological Resource Center in Rosemont.
And that's not the only place in the U.S. that's going on. So we must be careful. We must be real careful who our friends are and who our enemies are. And we must be aware of our surroundings and be real careful of the people that's offering you a deal that's too good to be true. You better investigate it.
I don't know if you know this, but there is a stone monument in Georgia which gives instructions in 8 languages on how to rebuild society in case of an apocalyptic event. It also somehow functions as a compass, a calendar, and even a clock.
This is really important because we believe that speed and efficiency must be matched with fairness and equity. Now, when President Harris and I took a virtual tour of a vaccination center in Arizona.
It's back. Aliens. That's cool. This happened about, what, 2.5 months ago?
About a month ago. Yep.
I think an epidemic, either naturally caused or intentionally caused, is the most likely thing to cause, say, 10 million excess deaths, either naturally caused or intentionally caused.
We are about to hear from official sources that architecture has been located in Antarctica that will confirm there was, in fact, intelligently built ruins down there. And that would be a world-changing thing of significance. And if we do get the disclosure that we're being promised, this is going to become an open, public, acknowledged thing that there are, in fact, stone monuments under the ice in Antarctica that are very ancient. Everything that we thought we knew about human history has to be rewritten.
You guys have to check this out. Alexa, tell me a government secret.
Your consciousness is the real you. Your soul. You are only energy controlling a human body. That is controlled by your consciousness. When you die, you reconnect with your consciousness. Think of your life as a video game.
Dude, that is so creepy.
into the extremely hot water, the phone comes out fine and the footage shows nothing particularly strange. But the second time he drops his phone into the devil's cauldron, things get a little weird. When he reviews the footage later, he's shocked by what he finds.
There is a way to watch the Egyptians as they were 4,000 years ago. Sunlight shines on Earth, and those images travel through space. If you go out 23 quadrillion miles and point a telescope on Earth, you'd be watching the ancient Egyptians building the pyramids, because that's how long it took for their light to reach you at that destination. There is always somewhere in space you can go to watch any occurrence on Earth if you just know the right spot. So images of you as you are walking around, driving to work, or traveling through space. There is always somewhere in the universe where you exist, and in that you are immortal.
This circumnavigation of Earth soon became and continues to be touted today as absolute proof of the spherical Earth theory. If Magellan was able to sail east to west around the entire world and return to his original starting point, surely the Earth cannot be flat and must be a globe, right? Wrong. Just as a compass can place its center point on a flat piece of paper, trace a circle either way around, and return to its original starting point, so can a ship or plane circumnavigate a flat Earth. The only kind of circumnavigation which could not happen on a flat Earth is north-southbound, which to this day has still never been done. Both the North Pole and Antarctica are military-enforced no-fly and no-sail zones due to restrictions originating from none other than the United Nations, the same United Nations that haughtily uses a flat Earth map in their official logo and flag.
Have you seen the Stargate map that's been circulating around the internet? Is the truth stranger than fiction? I'm talking just like the movie where you can teleport to and from locations, where you can even find declassified documents right on this website here for Stargate. Seriously, hundreds and hundreds of PDF files you can go through about it. Or go to Area 51 and you can Google map this here. It looks just like one, with buildings that look like Tesla coils here. Tesla as in Nikola Tesla, the guy experimenting with time travel. Here's a legend. You can see Stargate's inner Earth, which is most of the lines you'll see on this graph. Here's the map of the world. You can see all the inner Earth grid lines going across the map. So here's North America. You got stuff here in the Bermuda Triangle, stuff at Area 51, S12. South America, you have portals in the Peru Mountains. You'll notice a lot of these grid lines are actually where pyramids are. Africa, you'll notice a lot of the portals are up here where all the pyramids are. Australia, you got portals out in the ocean near New Zealand. Asia, a bunch in Tibet, out in the mountains. Part 2 is posted. Yeah, just like the movie where you can teleport to and from locations. This is part 2. I highly suggest to go watch the first one after this video. So here's the legend here. You have inner Earth, Stargate portals. So after look at the map, you'll notice a lot of the portals are out in the ocean or on islands. You'll see Hawaii here seems to have a portal. Easter Island has portals. There's also other locations out here in the ocean. 3 other ones with portals. Some seem to be in some strange spots too. Even in northern Canada, way up here, you have portals. What you really notice with this map is a lot of them are clustered around the equator across the whole map, the bulk of them. Which if you dig around, you'll notice there's a ton of pyramids here, here, and here around the world. So do you still believe that men with picks built these things back in the days and just happen to be in the same areas that a lot of these portals are located? Do you still believe these are just structures, or can you teleport to and from?
So my buddy just threw this theory at me. So you know millions of years ago when dinosaurs were running the earth? He claims that is the origins of the reptile people, or the lizard people. You know how there's people that believe there's shapeshifters that are like somehow infiltrated the world government and it's out there. but he was saying that the reptiles were the intelligent beings back then, essentially be considered the humans of today's world. And as these cataclysms were coming, they had built underground bases, essentially making an underground world. And scientists have recently found that there's 3 times more water underground than there is on Earth's surface. And it's also a theory that the center of the Earth is a molten core. And all the stuff that the governments have been releasing about UFOs and whatnot this last year, and if you think about the technological boom that we're having and have been having, went from muskets to nukes, letters to FaceTime. Now we have the internet that's used by an artificial intelligence. I don't think you guys really understand how crazy that is. Opens a lot of room for possibility.
Scientists found a portal in Antarctica. Is it to another dimension? Or maybe another time? Watch and decide for yourself, Bootskis. Look at that thing. What is that? They didn't just find the time portal. They found a bunch of pyramids under the ice. Then again, maybe it's a portal to another dimension. I'm not going to be the first to test it out, I'll tell you that right now. But if you want to, it's up to you. Strange powers come from this portal. There's a lot of strange stuff going on in Antarctica that the governments of the world don't want us to see. This picture from Antarctica shows a portal float. There's more than one there. Is Antarctica a lost civilization, an advanced military base, or maybe aliens, baby? Only the powers that be know for sure, but this is something the people need to know. What's really going on in Antarctica? What do these portals mean? Shabadoo, baby! Shabadoo! Did the Russians find aliens living underwater?
With a depth of 1,642 meters, Lake Baikal is the deepest freshwater lake in the world. Russian Navy divers are conducting a research mission. 7 Russian divers are at a depth of 50 meters, when suddenly, the frogmen realize they are being watched.
These strange humanoid figures were much bigger than human beings. Large beings, human shaped but like 9 feet tall, wearing what seemed like very tight-fitting silvery suits. Not your normal scuba gear, basically. Swimming in the water, what they've come to call the swimmers of Lake Baikal.
They try to capture one.
The entities reacted.
A powerful, unknown force suddenly propels the entire group of divers up from the deep water to the surface.
There were 7 of these divers and 3 of them died.